I love a good story. And I heard a good story yesterday, so I'm going to tell you about it. It might be real, it might be fake, but listen to it. There was a slave named Silas who was an albino slave, right? He's already devoid of pigment. But at some point in time, when he was in his early 20s, he ended up running away, and his unremarkable ass master decided to recapture him. And instead of beating him or selling him or doing any of the things that they would normally do during that time, he decided to lock Silas in a cellar underneath the kitchen in his house. And for 12 years, he left Silas there. No light, no windows, no nothing. Silas only learned how to navigate in that cellar because he learned how many steps one way, how many steps another way. He felt his way through the bricks and all that type of stuff like that, right? So he was fed whenever they felt like it, scraps and stuff like that. So he never really got big per se. And then his chamber pot was changed every 3 days, right? Well, one day his master passes away and everybody forgot he was in there. All the slaves got sold. They left a skeleton crew, but nonetheless, basically the land went silent. All of a sudden, they came to appraise the land to resell it, and they opened up this cellar and find Silas in there. Just one guy opens up the cellar and literally had a panic attack because Silas is lighter. His eyes are completely white, like he's devoid of any pigment now, right? So when he comes back with some people, like, we got to go down there and get this dude. Silas is gone, right? So all of a sudden, for a number of months, Silas goes on this crusade to take down everybody who knew he was in the cellar, everybody who did nothing about him being in the cellar. And basically, when they finally caught up with him, and mind you, they said he was moving with military precision. Like, they had never seen anything like this man. When they finally caught up with him, he was back in the cellar, right? So they were like, Silas, you might as well give it up. We got you surrounded, this, that, and the third. Silas said, you really thought I would come into this cellar without knowing how to get out? Even with your people being outside? Even if y'all came in here with me, I know how to move in the dark. You don't. You need them lamps. You need this. You need that. I know how to get out of here, right? So they was like, well, you have to be held accountable for what you did. 20 people went, unalive. He said, what about what they did to me? It's funny how law works. The justice system only seems to work for y'all. So the sheriff was like, well, what do you expect me to do, Silas? Like, I know what they did was wrong. There's no excuse for it. But what are people going to say if I just let you go? He said, hey, that's your problem, bro, dog. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And then he proceeds to try to leave. Silas had found an underground railroad in the dang cellar with him 3 years after he had been in there. When I tell you, the sheriff was shocked. He was like, you could have got out all this time. He said, who said I didn't get out? I got out, I watched, I stalked, I staked, and then I came back and I waited to be let out.